Alright guys, I put the front tires back on. Of course these aren't the tires I'm running, but they're back on for now. Just so I could free up my jack stands that I had in the front. So I got those on and chalked. And then I put the bed back on, which if you guys remember was over there. I snaked it around here. Not a whole lot of room, and then put it on. That was, I've had fun before, that wasn't fun. But anyway, besides that, I threw some jack stands under the axle. What I did was I measured from the floor to the center point of the axle. I went a little over 14 inches. The tire I plan on running is 28 inches tall, roughly. So I went a little over 14, so I have a little extra. Okay, so the axle is where it should be with tires, if that makes sense to you guys. You can see I still got a lot of room to go, but you can see, right, let me see if I can get in here without falling on my face. You can see it won't be long before the bolt of my 4-link and the axle's hitting the side of the bed. So we got to trim that out some. I don't know how far I'm going to be able to go up. To do it right, I'm actually probably going to have to throw the transmission back in here and throw the drive shaft on. So I might do that. We'll see. What I'm going to do now is start taking some measurements, figuring out how far I got to trim. Where's my finger? There it is. Trim my bed sides. As you can see, that's where the fenders bolt to. So that's how much space I have, which is quite a bit. So anyway, I'm going to measure 14 inches up and just figure out how low I can go without messing with anything. But yeah, I'm hoping I didn't screw myself by buying 8-inch rims. I don't think or 7-inch rims. So I plan on running 7-inch rims with an 8-inch tire. So I think I should be fine. I don't think any narrower would make a difference. I don't, you know, I wanted to go low, so I'm going to be able to go as low as I can, is how it works. I didn't want to have to tunnel the cab. I didn't really want to have to tunnel the bed. May have to, just a touch. Okay, I'm okay with the touch. I'm going to have to tunnel that cross member a little bit, but that's fine too. I don't mind that stuff. But anyway, oh, and the other thing I got to do is I got to put that, I got to tack that piece of metal, that cross member back in here, because of course when I tacked it in was exactly where this crossbar went. But I'm going to tack that back in here just so it keeps everything a little nice and stable while I'm tinkering around here. I think what I'll do is I'll just put it back here this time. Then it'll be completely out of the way. So, all right guys, back to work. Yeah, it rained all night. Well, it's sunny. What's up, dude? Stay inside. They're barking at something. I bumped against the wall. They thought somebody was knocking on the door. Tough guard dogs. Anyway, couldn't resist. Went ahead and put these on. They're not bolted on. That's why they look funny, but they're just not bolted on tight. I just have the lug nuts on there just because I wanted to see them. Basically, is what it boils down to. So, anyway, I'm just looking at this, figuring, as you can see, right about where it's sitting right now is as low as it would go before. This is where the notch kit that I had in there was. That's where this was with a bump stop in there. So that's where it's sitting right now. This will probably be close to, let's call it ride height. This will be where it'll be sitting when I'm cruising down the road and want to avoid bump stops and stuff like that. As you can see, it's still pretty damn low to the ground. I have something I wrote down somewhere, I can't remember where, but I wrote down where stock height was. So this is almost sitting level. you look down the line, the truck, it's kind of, there you go. It's almost sitting level with those big tires in the front. So that's good. That's good. I'm happy with that. You know, may even go a little bit lower for ride height, but I'm digging it. This is about where I wanted it. So the next step is to cut out some notches here. So what I'm going to do is I measure to, you see my bar will clear, no problem. I got lots of clearance for the bar. What I don't have is for the joint, or whatever you call this, the bracket and everything. So what I need to do is I need to trim right about here, and then I'll probably, whatever distance that is, you see this hole is pretty much, that's the center line, so that's pretty close to centered on the axle. So what I'm going to do is go however far this is from that hole to the front and the same distance to the back, so I got a symmetrical cutout. So I'm going to do that, get the cutting wheel out, knock that out real quick. This stuff should cut pretty quick, and then when it comes time to, I'll figure out something to put in there just to keep the strength up. I'll find something. I don't know what I'm going to use yet, but I'll figure out something. I'll find some, I might get like a 1-inch piece of pipe, maybe 1-inch, or excuse me, 1/8 inch piece of pipe, 1/8 inch wall, and then cut it about 1 inch wide and put it in there. But we'll see. That's for the future. I don't need it right now. But anyway, so I'm going to do that. I'll bring you guys back when I got it done. Alright, so I just did like a 45 diamond cut, however you want to call it there. Just to clear everything. We'll make it look better. I don't know what I'm going to use to fill it yet, but we'll make it look better. Anyway, so I got a couple 2x4s working as bump stops, and anybody that's done this kind of stuff knows that once you do one thing, you got to fix 4 other things. So no, not that big a deal. Right here, my bed mount hits my 4-link bar. That's okay. We'll just have to relocate that. That involves probably drilling a hole or 2 holes. That's it. So that's not a big deal. Rear one's fine, back ones are fine, front ones are fine. So just might have to adjust that dude a little bit. But as you can see, I probably won't be able to go this low anyway because we got drive shaft interference. I'll figure that out. That's something that I planned that was something that I expected. I was going to have to adjust my drive shaft. So that's okay. We'll just have to notch that, we'll have to notch that cross member. We may have to notch the front of the bed a little bit, but like I said, that's all stuff that I planned on dealing with. I didn't think I wouldn't have to. So anyway, I'll have to relocate that bed mount, that bed rail. We'll probably just push it forward maybe. I don't know. Or we'll just, we'll make something different. No big deal. But anyway, I'm going to go grab my fenders, bring them out here, and stick them on and just look at it for a few minutes. So bring you guys back. Alright, so I won't be able to stay this low because of clearance. I think tire clearance is going to prevent me. But there you go. Yeah, you can see how far that wheel's tucked up in there. Unless I did something with the fenders, raise them up or something along those lines, it won't be able to stay this low, but it'll be pretty darn close. There's still a lot of clearance up in there. So, yeah. These aren't bolted on, they're just set on for demonstration purposes. But yeah, she's a tail dragger. There you go, there's a 2x4. Won't fit under the fender. So yeah, I'm excited. This is what I work towards. So gotta do some figuring. I need to buy some tires. That's what I gotta do. I got to figure out exactly where I'm going to be able to go. Won't be able to do that until I buy tires, because otherwise I just won't. I'll just be guessing. I don't like to guess with stuff like that. I can measure all I want, but until you put stuff on here, it really won't show for sure. But I'll turn the radio down before I get in trouble. Anyway, so yeah, this one's on also, but I'm digging it. This is what I worked for. So anyway, got to come up with some, I think because of the tire clearance between the fender and the tire, I think that bed mount's going to be okay, because it's only, right now it's only about a ½ inch, so it's going to have to come up an inch or so. That gives me a little bit of clearance. I'll get a piece of tubing and notch that. Let's zoom in here. I'll notch this out so I have even more clearance, but I think that's going to be okay once I get tires and once I figure it out. I think my cab is going to be okay as far as, I'm going to zoom back out, shaky hands there. I think my cab's going to be okay as far as drive shaft clearance, just going by where the tail shaft is of the transmission's damn near at the back of the cab. That cross member is going to need to be modified. That's okay, we can do that. And again, once I come back up, I think this bed mount might be okay. If not, the reason it goes all the way across is because it supported the bedwood. Now of course the bedwood is going to be up here above these now, so I don't need it to go all the way across. I can build a mount to come straight over, support it a little better, and that'll be good. What I'll do is I'll build a plate that goes across here and a plate that goes across there, and that'll be fine. I can actually cut this out if I want to, so that'll be okay. Fortunately, once I started cutting this stuff, I realized a lot of this I probably would have had to replace anyway, because it's about gone. There's not much left of it due to rust. So I didn't really take good steel out. I actually took bad steel out, so that made me feel a little better about cutting it. There was just not much left there. But anyway, you know, it's almost a 60-year-old truck that it was used as a truck, and I know these wood beds aren't the kindest things to steel here. So digging it. This is what you know, this is what I wanted. So this is what I'm getting, and yeah, I'm liking it. So anyway, I don't know what else I'm gonna get into. Man, keep hitting the wrong button. I don't know what else I'm gonna get into today. We'll see. I think I'm gonna clean up some more, maybe measure some more. Wednesday, I think Wednesday I might stick the transmission back in, so I could put the drive shaft in, so I could do some measuring on what I'm going to have to do to that center cross member. There's a chance I might ditch it and build a new one. I don't know. I prefer to use the factory one, just modify it. So I think I'm going to do that. What I may end up doing is picking up a drive shaft hoop that'll go there, that I can put in there and weld it, and then the drive shaft can move up and down in it as it pleases. I kind of like that idea. Then if the drive shaft ever lets loose, it's good. You know, we had to run one in here, of course, for racing. Ooh, let me turn this around so I can see what I'm looking at. You know, that of course had a heavy duty drive shaft loop in it. Never interfered with it. So yeah, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. We'll see. I'm gonna search around for that, see what I can find. I could also build one if I needed to, but you know, I prefer to just pick one up. They have some nice round ones that aren't very expensive, even if I get two of them and weld them together so it's the same width as the cross member. But I'm gonna do that, and then hopefully Friday, that's Wednesday, I'm gonna maybe do some measuring. Friday I'm gonna go pick up some steel to do my to start building my cross members, and I gotta locate some top axle airbag mounts, and then figure out if my other airbag mounts will fit. I may tinker with those here for a little bit now, just to just to see where I'm at with those. But anyway, this was successful. I mean, it's weird. I did a 6-inch knot that'll probably net me maybe 3 inches of drop or 3.5 inches of drop, but that's okay. I will be able to cruise around where I would have been all the way deflated before, which is about where I wanted it to sit. So that's all good. So anyway, hope you guys have a good work week. I'll be back out here Wednesday, I think. We'll see what's going on. I gotta find some new work boots. But yeah, that's about it. So anyway, I'm gonna clean up again, quit talking, and I think I might go in and chill out for a little bit, get ready to work tonight. So you guys all take it easy, be good, and we'll see you later on in the week.